Alright, so John Fury recently gave an interview on a channel called All Out Fighting. Now, I've seen the interview and, it's damaged limitations at this point for John Fury and as well for his son Tyson. And, it's really amazing to me that they are still trying to spin this narrative that it's Alexander Usyk who's ducking Tyson Fury and that SugarHill, and obviously this is what we're talking about here because John Fury is not happy with SugarHill Stewart. He's implying that SugarHill is the one lying. That actually, when SugarHill came over here, obviously ostensibly to work with Lawrence Okoli, that he was staying to train Tyson. When SugarHill let the cat out of the bag and said, look, I'm only over here to train Lawrence Okoli, I've got a ticket back home. That was untrue. And I'm going to quote John Fury directly here, because he's really been having a go with SugarHill ever since then. He's been scaving at SugarHill for, he's not going to say letting the cat out of the bag, but that's it. But then he's been going and having a go at SugarHill on all of his other fighters. Having a go at Ben Whittaker and having a go at Lawrence Okoli. I'll just quote him here. He says, going back to SugarHill, what he said, I'm assuming they mean after what he said, that he wasn't training Tyson. That was a lie. He had no need to say that, and I'm waiting to see him and tell him to his face that it was a lie. It'll probably cause problems, but I don't care what it causes. But he's getting told off by me one way or another. He'll probably avoid me, and it's in his best interest to avoid me. So John Fury having a bit of a call out there at SugarHill. So SugarHill, judging by what he's saying there, he's implying that obviously SugarHill is still part of Team Fury, that he will still be training Tyson Fury. We haven't heard anything officially yet with regards to what's going to happen with the training situation for this Francis Ngannou fight. But John Fury seemingly making a bit of a threat there to SugarHill that, he'll have to face me and face some questions over the whole Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk situation, implying that when SugarHill said, that I'm over here to train Lawrence Okoli, and then I'm going back to America, that was a lie. Which we all know is complete nonsense. And I've said this about John Fury before. John Fury is the sort of guy where if he walks into a room full of people, instantly he'll be the most loudest, the brashest character, and almost trying and, how would I describe it, intimidate everyone into thinking he's, the alpha of the group, into thinking that, oh, don't mess with him, when in reality that's not exactly the case. I mean, the Mickey Teo situation should have shown you that as well, where Mickey Teo answered the call a couple of years ago where John Fury said he'll fight anyone over 50, and Mickey Teo said, I'll do it. And all of a sudden, you John Fury backtracking and saying, oh, I will, but I'll do it in Billy Joe Saunders' backyard. It's like, what? What? You'd be stupid for agreeing to that. And, throughout John Fury, when he went to prison for trying to, really do damage, just to avoid the algorithms, to the guy he assaulted. Yeah, that guy was only small by all accounts. And apparently, according to reports, he was getting the better of it. So John Fury, he tries to come across, and for some people it works, but for others, it's just like, well, your bark is worse than your bite. You can say all what you want about, this, that, and the other, and you'll avoid me because of this, that, and the other. Say SugarHill Stewart probably doesn't give a damn. SugarHill Stewart is a man of much more reason than John Fury, certainly. And, I don't think he'd give two whats about what John Fury has to say. At the end of the day, he was the one who was being honest. He was saying, look, I'm over here to train Okoli. I'm not training Tyson. I've got my plane ticket home. So that implies that they never intended to go through with that fight, which we all know. And it's John Fury trying to be... I guess with John Fury, he's trying to hope that just by being loud and saying, I'm going to have words with him, people will think like, oh, he's serious. Where really? With the whole situation with John Fury, it's one, he's unhappy that SugarHill let the cat out of the bag. But two, this is a chance for him, which is what he's wanted, to be the head trainer for Tyson Fury. I mean, John Fury, when John went to prison first, Tyson was just, look at the, aesthetically, I would say he was actually in worse shape aesthetically when John was at the head of the helm than he was when he came back after the 2.5 year ban. Aesthetically against Sefer Safiri, he looked terrible. You would expect that he lost all that weight. But I think even in the John McDermott first and second fight, aesthetically, the shape Fury was in, although I think he was actually lighter than he was against Sefer Safiri, he definitely was, I think his body just looked worse. I think he just looked in way worse shape in those fights than he did when he came back. And obviously John Fury went to jail. Peter Fury took the head of the helms, And Peter Fury is. I'd be interested, like, if Peter Fury was still part of Team Fury, I'd be very interested to see what way Tyson's career would be in terms of would we get the Usyk fight? Would he have these? Because Peter Fury is more a businessman. He's more a realist. A lot of respect for Peter Fury. He speaks his mind, and he's definitely more. He's definitely got his head screwed on at all the Furies, from what I've seen. You know, Peter is more what you see is what you kind of get with him. And real all about business. And I'd love to know what he thinks of this whole situation realistically, and the way John and Tyson have been behaving. I'd love to know kind of really what's going on, and if he was there, how different it would be. But when Peter took over Fury, or took over Tyson, I should say, he was looking brilliant, in shape, very, very good shape. Was boxing very well. We really saw the best of Tyson. And John comes in, like the song by Miley Cyrus, like a wrecking ball. And everything goes belly up again. And now we're in a situation with Tyson now, where John Fury is still trying to, he's getting close to it, but he's not quite there. He's trying to take the helm again. Be the helmsman of his son's career. And in the process of doing that, he's alienated loads of people. He's alienated Peter. He's alienated Huey. He's trying to alienate now SugarHill Stewart, despite the fact that he was singing SugarHill's praises only a couple of years ago, and now he's scathing about him, saying that look at Coley, he's not looked any better and he's lost. Well, Coley's always done that. He's implying that Coley's, just all of a sudden since he's been with SugarHill Stewart, all he does is clinch and just make a hard time of fights. When in actual fact, he done that pre-SugarHill. He done it with Shane McGuigan in that fight against the guy's name I can't remember. Well, he fought him in the O2 last year. His name escapes me, but he done it in that fight too. Not to the extent he did against Chris Billum-Smith, yes, but he still did it. Nonetheless, it's what Lawrence Coley does. Lawrence Coley is someone who, whenever he feels a perceived threat in there, it doesn't matter who's in the corner with him, he's just going to revert to type, but he's just going to use his strength. It doesn't matter if it's SugarHill, doesn't matter if it's Shane McGuigan, whoever. That's just what he does, right? Ben Whittaker, I think, has a lot to learn. He is a good talent, but he was talking about his gas tank. I think Ben Whittaker just brings a lot of that on himself. I don't think he does enough training. I don't think that's necessarily SugarHill's fault. I think that may be just Ben Whittaker's fault and the showboating, etc. I think it's just, that's a variety of things. He's implying that SugarHill is a bad trainer, which he absolutely isn't. He's a very good trainer. And saying, look at this, that, and the other. It's like, at the end of the day, you have to remember, you're only as good as the fighters you have. You could be, look at Emmanuel Stewart. Could he have taken everyone to world title level? No. Didn't do it with Andy Lee. Didn't do it with, what was his name, Darrell Williamson. Didn't do it with plenty of fighters. Adam Boot is no Emmanuel Stewart, but he took Andy Lee to a world title. Does that mean Adam Boot is better than Emmanuel Stewart? No. Some trainers fit better with other fighters. At the end of the day, you have to look at the talent that they have. Not every trainer is going to get the best in their respective divisions coming to train them. It's just not going to work like that. But they could be a great trainer, but you can only take talent so far. And John Fury obviously seeming to imply that no matter who he has, he could make him a star. Yeah, I doubt that very much. So, it's the situation. Again, it's a damage limitation gig with John Fury trying to make the public, and Frank Warren is wheeling out the Garrett A. Davises of the world to try and push that narrative that it's everyone else's fault but Tyson and John's. It's Usyk's fault and SugarHill is this and this that, but they're A-OK, and there's no other available contenders to fight, so we have to fight Francis Ngannou because who else is there? Yeah, well, we all know that's a load of nonsense. So that's the situation. The whole thing with John Fury, SugarHill, all it is that SugarHill had the cat out of the bag, and this is John Fury seizing his opportunity to pounce and say, I should be head of the helm. I should be everything. I should be your PR. I should be your promoter. Because even he's having to go with Frank Warren. I should be a head trainer. Everything. Which, we see how much chaos has been in Team Fury, since John's come back. How much more can they really add at this stage? But I wouldn't even like to sit around and find out. That's the situation there. So let me know your thoughts on the statement that John Fury said with regards SugarHill. Basically implying saying that SugarHill is lying with regards to the Fury Usyk situation. That when he came over here to work with Cody, he was planning on working with Tyson, but for whatever reason went home. Which, SugarHill strikes me as a very honest man. A very no-nonsense type of character. I think he actually still does have a job. Was he a cop over in Detroit? So he's not going to stay in the UK any longer than he needs to if he doesn't have a reason. And I well believe that he just went back because he knew, right, Tyson's not fighting. I've got no other fighters over here, right, back to America. So that's the situation. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video, people. Depending on time-wise today, it's actually Sunday morning, we may get a live in. I haven't done a live on a Sunday in quite a long time. It's been quite a while since we've done a live on a Sunday. We might go and do one again, because I actually enjoyed the live I did during the week. So let's see, let's wait and see. But for now, I'll leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed it, people. Smash the like button if you could, subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. For now, lads and lassies, as always, I'll leave you with that.